Keep Right with Ralph K. Ginorio. Reversing the American Revolution. We free citizens of the Western world are beleaguered. Our natural rights to life, liberty, and property are being reversed. The American Revolution and the philosophical enlightenment that inspired it are both being undone. Life, the ongoing existence of human beings who are outside of elite circles, is being menaced. How many of us would even be here if contemporary notions that children are to be birthed only at moments of convenience was in place when we were conceived? How many souls are now missing from our world because their arrival did not suit the desires of their parents? Our society is impoverished by the absence of human beings who were murdered before being born. One small price that we pay in the West for this genocidal infanticide is that our culture now lacks the vibrancy that once made the West innovators of freedom, producers of first-class art, and masters of the physical world. If the West falls, it will in part be because we have accommodated ourselves to the notion that the wants of the living mean more than the needs of future people to be born. Liberty, our freedom to think for ourselves, speak our minds, and live lives loyal to the dictates of our conscience, are now all being curtailed. Political correctness has been permitted to hem in and blight our freewheeling creativity and our irreverent sense of humor. To really think, we must be willing to boldly speak the truth as we see it. No worthwhile art or idea can exist in a society where unscripted expression is punished by a woke thought police. We are told today that we must weigh the effects of our words before we utter them. We have been made to accept that our expressed truth can only be spoken if it does not imperil the interests of elites or offend the delicate sensibilities of mentally fragile narcissists. Without the freedom to honestly speak our minds, our very ability to think is impaired. The West was built on the dangerously revolutionary ideas of, among many others, subversives like Socrates, Jesus Christ, and John Locke. If the West falls, it will in part be because we have indulged the demand that our free speech should be neutered of any integrity. Property, Thomas Jefferson's pursuit of happiness, is the basis of all human progress. Excellence, endeavoring to do our best without compromise, can only exist when we are able to earn a decent living with our dedication and talent. When the fruits of our imagination and exertion are denied us by philosophers, parasites, and pirates, our chief reason for pursuing genuine excellence dies. The ancient Greeks called happiness a state of striving to both be and do our very best without compromise. Such pure endeavor produces both agony and ecstasy because it abides no mediocrity. It demands our all. Most of us are not, like the great artists, eager to endure this ordeal for its own sake. Would that we were. Property is the reward that most of us require in order to be our best. Earning it meets our needs so that we can then be independent, bold, brave, and free. If the West falls, it will in part be because we have permitted the systematic erosion of our property rights. Our right to control what we own has been withered by rapacious government regulations. Our own homes and our nation's territory have been invaded so often that it barely evokes notice in the media. Our stores have been looted. Our streets have been given over to thugs and vagrants. There can be no liberty without property. Even our money has been reduced from being tangible gold or symbolic paper representing the value of gold or of oil. Our currency has instead now become mere bits of computerized data. Such data can disappear in a power outage or because of a data breach. Electronic money can be denied to us, at the whims of the powerful. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau banned those whom he merely accused of being connected with the Canadian Truckers' Freedom Convoy from accessing their own bank accounts and credit cards. There was no due process. Nothing prevents such cybernetic tyranny from being perpetrated here in the United States. In order for certain power-hungry elites to replace the United States and the West with their utopia, our inalienable and God-given rights must be eliminated. Utopian ideologues within our government, international banking, big business, academe, and our cultural institutions are working overtime to undo the American Revolution. We can and must defeat them and restore our inalienable rights to life, to liberty, and to property.